I have a video today that I've been meaning to do for a while. I have 4 different products and their corresponding lower end dupes. These are all products that I have been using for a while, so I actually can give you an accurate comparison on them. The first one is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. So this is a really excellent bronzer. I've actually hit quite a lot of pan on this, so that means I've been using it a lot. Smells really good. It smells like actual chocolate. It's very blendable. It looks really good. It doesn't really look muddy or dirty. There's absolutely no shimmer in it at all, which is perfect for contouring. I just really enjoy using this bronzer a lot. It costs $38 at Sephora. A product that is quite similar, actually, that only costs like $3.99 at Walmart is this NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder, and it's in the shade Sunny. I actually use this just as much as I use my Too Faced. So it's a little bit lighter than the Too Faced. Probably looks more like the Milk Chocolate Soleil that Too Faced has, which is a little bit lighter. So I mean, it is a little bit off color. This one's a little lighter. This one's a little deeper. So generally, when I don't have as much color, I will use this one. But when I have a little bit of a tan, I'll use this one more. And sometimes I use them both together. But this, even though it doesn't smell like chocolate, doesn't smell like anything really, it is actually a pretty incredible product for $3.99. There's no shimmer at all in it. Really hard to find drugstore bronzers that don't have any shimmer in them. This one is matte. So, well, actually, I think some of the drugstore brands are coming out more with matte bronzers because I think they're realizing that's what people want more, but this was matte way before it was cool. So this is like the hipster of the drugstore bronzers. These are both excellent products, and I would repurchase both of them. But if you are on a budget and you don't have the money to spring for the Too Faced, definitely check out this NYC. It is just as good. The only difference is the packaging's a little more flimsy, but it hasn't broken or anything, so whatever. The packaging isn't as pretty, and it doesn't smell like chocolate. That's the only difference, really. It doesn't have real cocoa in it like this. This one is 9.4 grams. And this one's 10 grams, so they're about the same size. So really, the only difference is the smell and the packaging. So definitely check that out if you're on a budget, or even if you're not on a budget, because I reach for this just as much as I reach for this. The only reason this one hit pan and this one didn't is because I've had this for like a year longer. So definitely, that's a good alternative. And now another super popular product that you probably hear about this all the time if you watch any amount of YouTube videos. It's the NARS blush, and this is in the color Orgasm, and this is like a huge cult favorite in the beauty world. It's kind of like a universal color. It looks good on pretty much anyone. A peachy pink, and it has like a little bit of gold shimmer in it. So there it is swatched out on my finger. I have hit a tiny bit of pan on that, actually. This blush is like over $30 in Canada. There's an alternative. It's the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, and it is a pretty darn good dupe for the NARS Orgasm. It's a little less pink than the NARS Orgasm. Like swatched out, you can definitely see a difference, but when you actually put them on, they're pretty close. The NARS Orgasm blush is not as pigmented, believe it or not. Like, this is just me, maybe, but I don't find that this is as pigmented as this. Like, when I use my NARS Orgasm, I really pack it on. When I use the Luminoso, I actually use a very light hand. And also, the amount of shimmer in the Luminoso is a lot less than in the NARS Orgasm. Like, this is super sparkly, and it doesn't really look that natural. So, I gotta say, guys, for less than $10, I actually prefer the Milani Luminoso. Like, I will not repurchase this NARS Orgasm blush. I bought it because it was super popular and I just wanted to see what all the hype was about. I gotta say, I think it's a little overhyped. And this blush, like, I've used quite a lot of it because when I first bought it, it was kind of domed up more like that. So even though I haven't hit pan yet, like, I'm not really sure where the pan begins on this, so I might be close to hitting pan on it. But yeah, I definitely would reach for the Milani a lot more than I would for the NARS. So I would say definitely between these two, definitely go for the Milani. I have this Makeup Forever HD finishing powder. And this is like a white powder that you just use to kind of finish off your look. It blurs imperfections and kind of like makes everything look, you know, finished and good. This powder is pure silica. I hear there's a good dupe for it by e.l.f., but I actually haven't tried that and I don't own it, so that's not what my dupe is going to be for that today. I only have a teeny tiny bit of it left, and I really did like this product, but I am looking to branch out and try new other finishing powders, so I'm not going to repurchase it, but it was pretty good. The only thing with this, you can't go too heavy with it if you're going to be in any kind of flash photography, because it will show up white on the camera. You ever see those crazy pictures of celebrities where it looks like they were like doing coke in the bathroom because there's like white powder all over their face? This is the culprit. Their makeup artist like put way too much on and then didn't take off the excess. It gives major flashback. I haven't had a problem with that. I wear this a lot and I don't have any pictures of me with like white powder, so I think I might be using a light enough hand with it. An alternative for this is the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. And I forgot to give you the price on this. It's like in the $30 range for a full size. This is just the little one, so this was like $14 for 5 grams. And this is 8 grams for $3.99. So you can get this at Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada. I don't know where else you can get it from. But this is just like a white finishing powder and it mattifies everything. It's not pure silica, so it doesn't give you the perfect finished look that the Makeup Forever finishing powder does. But for $3.99, it's a pretty damn good alternative because it does mattify your skin and everything. Again, you want to go really light with it because it can kind of look like you put flour on your face. But I did use this for like a couple weeks and I found it was okay. It didn't make my skin as smooth as when I wore this. For instance, I noticed when I was wearing this, my fine lines showed up a little bit more in between my eyes here and like under my eyes and stuff. So this really does blur imperfections a lot better. It is also a lot more expensive. So depending on what your needs are, if you don't have like a lot of wrinkles or anything, you could definitely go with this. At $3.99. You can't go wrong, right? Essence does have a really good rating on makeupalley.com, but I mean, it's good for mattifying, but it doesn't really give me that perfect finish that I'm really looking for. So I probably wouldn't go with this one. I'd probably go with the higher end one over that. This one, if you really are trying to like hide all the imperfections, you want to go with the higher end one for sure. Just be careful if you're being in flash photography. You don't want to put too much. And then my last two dupes for each other, the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat and the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Radiant Concealer. Okay, so Yves Saint Laurent, this is 2.5 milliliters, and this one is 1.5 milliliters. The Touche Éclat is more of a natural skin color, very bright because I use it as like a brightener. Like I put it under my eyes, then I put it down my nose and on my forehead, and then under, like I really want to brighten the middle of my face. The Maybelline is more of like a pink. Also, the Touche Éclat comes in a lot of different shades, so if you are trying to brighten a dark complexion, they have darker brighteners. This one only comes in one color. The Touche Éclat really does not get into my fine lines. It makes everything look so luminous and perfect. Like, I am freaking addicted to this. I bought it in the end of November, and I've been using it ever since. I freaking love this stuff so much. And I was a big user of the Maybelline Dark Circle Eraser before. This stuff, it does brighten, but I find I have to be very careful with it, or I will end up with a bunch of lines all over my face. It's way thicker and not as easy to blend. The Touche Éclat is $50 full price on Sephora.com. And the Maybelline is only like 10 bucks at Walmart. However, you are getting a milliliter less. So, and there's only like 2.5 milliliters in this and 1.5 milliliters in this. So really, you could actually say that this is more like probably close to $20. So, in the end, I would say definitely if you have the money to spend, go with the Touche Éclat because I have already repurchased this as a backup because I do not want to be without it. I love it to death. That's how much I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I have this just because I wanted it for this video and I had already used it before and I knew it was kind of a dupe. Yeah, definitely this is way better. If you really don't have the money, go with this one, but this is not that good of a deal for like 1.5 milliliters, honestly. And my backup for this, I got it off of eBay, and it was only, with shipping and everything like that, like when all was said and done, was only $33. So I really got a good deal on it. So basically, if you don't count the shipping, which was like $10, it's about the same price that you would spend on one of these. It was like $22. So really, if you really, really want to try the Touche Éclat and you can't afford it, try to find it on eBay or Amazon or something. You could probably find a really good deal on it. Love this stuff so much. Love it, love it, love it. It is one of those products that actually lives up to the hype. These are just my high-end products and their corresponding dupes and my thoughts on them. You might not agree with my thoughts. You might have a totally different view, but this is just what I think about these particular products, and I have used all of them quite a lot, so I think I really do have enough information to go by. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!